Monsoon Economy by Tirthankar Roy. Despite being an environmental book, this book is a part of Penguin series of the story of Indian businesses. It offers a unique perspective on India's economic life through the prism of water. The Indian economy is so closely tied to the monsoon, with over 75% of annual rainfall occurring from June to September. Unlike general economists who typically measure economic change by GDP, this author's approach is different. This book will interest three types of readers: those intrigued by economic growth and inequality, those discussing the sustainability of economic change, and those interested in the emergence of modern India. This book is divided into 8 chapters. The first chapter explores changes in per capita water access and increased availability for previously deprived communities. For these communities, monsoon dependence meant a brief working season and extended periods of too dry or too hot for business seasons. To illustrate this, the author makes 3 comparisons of monsoon economies. He contrasts the South Asian situation with 3 different climatic profiles: temperate monsoon, and tropical monsoon. For this, he chooses London as a temperate zone place, Tokyo a temperate monsoon city, and Delhi as a tropical monsoon city. Furthermore, he shifts to the perspectives of migration and transhumance through the lens of water availability. To do this, he explains the history of water conservation in South Asia, acknowledging the chronological responses and standards of living that emerged over time. The second chapter, titled Water and Famine, addresses the historical challenges associated with cholera and over time how the focus of water concerns shifted from quantity to safety. It brings in the decisive role of the railways in the disappearance of famines. The third chapter, titled Water and Equality, documents the historical distribution of water based on social status and how famine relief operations partially altered this distribution. It chronicles the deep-seated inequality masked by the concept of ritual purity. The stigma surrounding water rules derived from untouchability in past social regimes had little to do with formal laws, instead stemming from various interpretations of sacred scriptures. The very next chapter is about water becoming a public good. This 5th chapter traverses the torturous and unfinished journey of water rights from private to public. It features the interference of colonialism with the distribution of water within the Indian cultural framework. The 5th chapter, titled Water in the Cities, opens with a powerful statement from The Economist. Thirsty Indian cities have a management problem, not a water problem. This chapter highlights the tragedy of the commons in cities like Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata, where each wave of migration further reduces the per capita availability of essential resources like water, threatening the very essence of life. The 6th chapter, titled Water Stress, delves into the intricate dynamics of the rivers and the provincial politics involved in sharing ecological spaces. These intricacies often complicate the quest for fair solution. This chapter transitions through various paradigms from dam construction to the reliance on groundwater. It highlights case studies such as Damodar River and the campaigns surrounding the Narmada River Dam project. The chapter emphasizes how the basic necessity of water is further complicated by differing perspectives on its allocation, some driven by political votes and others by economic interest. While the author straightforwardly addresses the diversity in water politics, he also acknowledges the rich history of local water harvesting in India. The chapter concludes with the growing demand for water in non-agricultural sectors. Chapter 7 focuses on the seasonality of the monsoon-dependent economy. The author connects the dependency of Indian cropping patterns to the broad functioning of people's lives. The domino effect of the monsoon economy influences every occupation, from agriculture-dependent communities spurring migration to port cities for year-round work, to farmers struggling with loans and their stakes in grain trade tied to consumption, and even the fishing industry with the challenges faced by coastal livelihoods during torrential rains. It also notes the emergence of new, non-seasonal businesses. In Chapter 8 of Monsoon Economies, the author conspicuously concludes that the relationship between equitable water access, human freedom, and sustainability in tropical monsoon regions is a far more complex issue than many of us realize. The monographic chapters in this book gave me lessons on the two sides of each coin: science and capitalism, cooperation and regulation, and of course, ecology and economy.